Time. Behave yourselves. Behave yourselves. Now, my next guest is a fashion icon who sold her house and her clothes to roll the dice with a business idea she got turned down 40 times with before she got the backing she needed. Just 7 years later, she's now built one of the most successful brands on the planet, which has taken Ireland by storm this week. Would you please welcome Trinny Woodall? How are you?
I'd say, what's the crack?
What's the
My
crack?
favourite expression.
She's got it done.
I have an Irishman very close to my heart every day, and he teaches me little things.
Little things. Well, the crack is that you were here meeting the Irish fans. How's it been?
It's been amazing. It's been overwhelming, and it's been from women who've sort of carpooled from Cork, nurses, to come down to Brown Thomas, to ladies who lunches. And it's just been an amazing amount of women. I probably met about 1,000 women in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been great.
That's a good news story. I mean, a lot of people see you, they know you. I don't think they know your story, which is extraordinary. Some people don't even get a second act in life. Trinny, London is your second act.
Or
Tell
third
us,
or fourth.
or third or fourth,
yeah.
Tell us how hard that was to make that leap from where you were, selling the house, selling your clothes, to now having a brand. I'm going to say it's worth about 200 million euro.
I have no idea what it's worth.
Well, I have an idea.
Building it.
I have an idea. You're still building it, and it's amazing. So.
Well, I had a few careers. I used to trade commodities, and that was terrible. I'd go into work with the Financial Times on the outside and the Daily Mail on the inside, because I was a fraud and I hated it. But I felt I should do it. And then I'd always liked making over women and girlfriends, and then that became my work, and I was a journalist, and I did telly. And then after travelling the world, doing telly in England, you know, other people came along, got Gwan, everyone else, and we were like no longer flavour of the month, so we went abroad, and then we did lots of shows in many countries. And then I'd had Lila, and I was just, it was a lot. And I came back to England, and I'd always wanted to do this idea. So I thought, all right, I'll do it. And then I went, and I had bought the house of my dreams. You know, we always see that house down the street, think one day we'll own that house, and I had a huge mortgage on it. And so I thought, I want to start the business. But I'd stopped earning money from everything. And I, you know, did the first little bits of the business. I made these pots in my bathroom, and I was sort of putting together the idea. And then I needed to fund it more, so I thought, all right. And I'd followed this guy called Gary V on Instagram, and he's like, what can you sell in your house? Sell your trainers, boys. He was, you know, encouraging entrepreneurs. So I thought, all right. And I had clothes. I worked in fashion for 20 years, so I opened my house up, and I sold 90% of my clothes. I had a lot of clothes. And then I also realised I couldn't afford to live in my house, so then I rented out my house. And then I had to sell the house, because I just thought, by that stage I thought, I think this will work. And it's that little point by which you think, I think it could work, so I'm ready to let go of what I think I've dreamt of all my life that I can no longer afford to live in. And so it happened.
Just listen to you say the words. This seems like, you know, this is just how life is. But, you know, at that time, I know that your ex-husband had just died, you were a single parent. The idea of just selling everything and rolling this dice and going into rooms with people who were saying no.
Yeah. And it
That's
was,
a big, big risk.
I think, so, I don't know when you make those decisions. I don't think we ever learn the most in our life when we're having the best time. We learn it when we're having a tough time. And I turned 50, and Johnny had killed himself. And
Johnny was your
Johnny
husband.
was my husband and Lila's father. And I remember I had some very good friends who said to me, they knew I wanted to start this thing. They said, Trinny, maybe you should go and just get a job, because you need to support Lila, and you just need to have something you can rely on. And I thought, okay. So I said, I'll think about it. And I went, you know, I was thinking about it. And first of all, I thought, what else can I do, oddly? I thought, you know, when you've worked in telly and stuff and you've been it's very difficult to think, what job would I get? I could get any job, yes, but like, there was this thing I was so passionate about. And I just thought, if I don't try it now, like, this is the hardest time to try it. So if I don't try it now, I'll never do it. So I called them up and I said, I'm afraid I got to do it, you know.
And you're talking about being over 50 and you're going into rooms with people who were just saying, no, like, what was the biggest obstacle when you were going into those rooms? Was it your age? Was it the fact you were a woman?
It was a mixture. Like, sometimes there were lots of men. And, you know, we all have a certain body language. So I'll be sitting in a meeting and I'll be, like, talking like this excitedly. And I was with somebody else as well in the meeting, a woman who went to some of the meetings with me. And sometimes I'd be in meetings, and I hope you can't see my knickers, but, you know, it would be, the men would be like that. And we'd walk out and she'd go, they're never going to invest. Because this body language was sort of like that. And then I went into one meeting where there was one woman and 8 men, like a horseshoe. And they were all saying, you know, it should be, I love the idea because there was a lot of tech involved, a lot of personalization. But, you know, it's for 18 to 25-year-olds. And I was like, but I really love a woman over the age of 35 because I think she's slightly ignored. And I think there's stuff that, you know, resonates what we do that will resonate with her, and I want her to feel totally present all her life, you know. They didn't kind of get that. But in this, there was this, you know, they were all doing that again, and there was this one woman going like this, and I held on to that one woman because afterwards she said, I know the company turned you down, but can I invest? You know, I've got $5,000, can I invest my salary kind of thing? And that one woman actually kept me going until then I did another, you know, 35 meetings, and then one company then said yes.
And you got it in the end?
Yeah.
The book is called Fearless.
Yes.
How much life do you need to live, Trinny, to be fearless? Because you have lived, you know, you mentioned it yourself, you know, a few lives.
Yes.
You were a trader, first business when you were 16, you were in rehab in your 20s.
Yeah, 20s I didn't love. How many people here love their 20s? So you might be in your 20s and having the time of your life, but I found my 20s a bit challenging. And I was an addict and using, and I wasn't so happy. And then my 30s was catching up with my friends. You know, I felt like I had a lot of catching up to do. And I was trying to get a career. 40s was learning to be a mum, because I was a late mum. And 50s was getting into being an entrepreneur. So, and 50s, I sort of realised I didn't worry what people think. And I think that's such a release, you know?
It's a big, big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
We actually had Marion Keyes on the show last week, and she said something similar, that you get to that point where you don't care.
Yeah. And the 60s, because I'm now 60, is that I know what I... Darlings, it's all the skincare and makeup, and you can get it at Brown Thomas, and I'm there tomorrow morning. It's all, the 60s for me is about, I know what I don't want. And it's such a great thing in life to know what you don't want, because then you just cast aside negative people, or people who drain your energy, or just people who don't want to have joy in their life. You know, you want to obviously help friends who are having a tough time, but I try and surround myself with people who really want to live in life.
But you also do this thing, you know, online, that you're one of the few people online that just tells the truth. You are, this is me, warts and all. Mm-hmm. And is that why you think the Trinny tribe just follow you? Your followers are just there for you more than anybody else, I think, online.
I think that we speak a language where, you know, I'll say it how it is. If I'm having a really shitty... Can I say that?
You can say shitty here.
If I'm having a
You can say a lot worse. You're in Dublin, to be fair.
I'm having a really bad day. I'll say it, and you kind of need to hear from other people when life is not great, as well as it's all shiny. And, you know, I've had Botox done and everything, but I don't filter. I don't... fakery, I don't suffer fools. I'm very Marmite, but I'm very candid. And sometimes we just want people to be candid. So maybe that's why. And also during COVID, you know, there were a lot of Irish women who I met over the last few days, and we kind of connected. But I started doing things live. I do these exercise videos, strength training things. I do this, you know, like we'd be... are you ever tired and half the way through the day? So we'd do this thing. Stand up with me.
Okay.
Do you ever get tired?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so stand up here.
Yes.
So, like, I got to kick my shoes off. So, like, if you can all do it too, actually, but I don't want to... So, but if you're really tired, we're going to do this thing called Floppy Bunny. Okay. And you're going to, like, go like this. And you're just going to jump. Let it all go.
What are we doing now?
And then stop. And then you'll feel this kind of endorphin rush. Do you feel it through your body?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's like things like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like we got to kind of, you know, just feel we can convey to each other. If we need some energy from somebody or we need somebody we feel needs some energy, we just give it to them.
Can I just say, just even standing beside this woman, you are the energy. You really are. There we go. Thank you so much. Trinny's book, Fearless. There it is out now. Give it up one more time. Trinny Woodall.
Thank you.
There we go. Well done. Yeah.
Bye.
Still to come. And she's gone.